the youth, they're heroes, you know. They've set the standard. They're real examples of like what determination is really all about.
You know, these youth, however old they are and stuff, they have potential to fucking really strike some powerful blows, you know what I mean? I think that's why they're so scared and shit, you know what I mean? They're like, oh my God, they're gonna carry around tire irons and we're gonna have pepper spray and all this other kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And like, we say to that, like, you know what, you know who's violent? It's the police who are violent.
None of us carry weapons, you know, the things that they say in the media about us hurting people are lies. They say that we throw Molotovs, that's a lie. They say that we carry knives and sticks, that's a lie. The most violent thing we carry is a puppet, and it's only violent because it's outside of what people are used to seeing, you know? Which isn't violence by any traditional sense. You know, maybe a window gets broken, but what does that do? That directly impedes the ability of a corporation to do harm against the earth. When Gap's windows are broken, it means that they can't sell as much sweatshop merchandise.
Now, the so-called Black Bloc, the rock-throwing anarchists, I challenge every single reporter that has written or spoken about the Black Bloc rock-throwing anarchists. I challenge them to tell me that they actually interviewed every single person that they identified as Black Bloc rock throwers and found out that yes, they were anarchists, that they had some credentials and some history, that they knew the other people that they were throwing rocks with. I don't know if the Black Bloc exists. I know there's a bunch of people who dress in black who throw things sometimes, chalk things sometimes, do excellent nonviolent work sometimes.
We come to these protests because they are the only shot we have at getting our voices out. Not just anarchists, but young people in general.
You know, I think it's historic, you know what I mean? I think, you know, frankly, what happened in DC and Seattle, that shit is heroic, you know what I mean? For all these kids to come out and like you can see them in the streets putting their bodies on the line and stuff, you know what I mean?
I'm basically coming out to represent my generation. You know, they call us the lost generation, Generation X. You know, Mumia Abu-Jamal says that we're not. You know, we're the generation of the LA 92 rebellion.
I meet kids that are 14 years old and they already have a group organized, you know, they're like, we got a group, it's youth against imperialism, what do you want us to do, you know what I mean? And it's a different kind of world, you know what I mean? And these are kids that like, they walked out when like 187 happened and stuff like that. They like walked out against Prop 2-1, you know, they're children who were like, they grew up like in the midst of the LA rebellion and stuff, like, you know what I mean? All these different like people, black and Latino, white, all people stepping up and saying like, you know, this is like horrendous and we ain't gonna like tolerate this kind of madness and stuff. And so like, I think this whole like upsurge that we're seeing right now in society is all part of that, you know?
They're the youth who are actually part of the Torchlight Parade, you know, and I think they were very disciplined, they were militant, and they were determined and stuff, and we don't expect anything less from them.
Call them out.
What are we supposed to do?
You're supposed to do what you're doing. You're supposed to be activists. You're supposed to get involved.
No,
You're supposed to vote.
Okay, but that'll only get you so far. I mean, it'll get us to a conversation here, you know, and then you hit a rock because we don't have the money to be in office.
I'm just as frustrated as you are. I know. It's tough.
These people are dying. They're being relocated to where the largest nuclear waste spill in the United States has ever taken place.
I'm doing what I know how to do, and you're doing.
Elders are dying of cancer.
But we need to keep working. I agree with you. Keep working. Keep working.
Thank you.
If we look at the number of actions, the marches of civil disobedience, we saw the diversity of sex, of race, of age, of community, of sectors in numbers that are unprecedented in the recent history of the United States.
It's a good bunch. It's a good bunch of people. Lots of diversity, lots more generational racial backgrounds, lots of good people.
People from different backgrounds, ideologies, technical skills, professional skills, and age levels, color. People are coming together.
Goddamn, I'm a revolutionary communist. This brother right here is an anarchist. Some of you are Democrats. Other people are pacifists. Some of us don't know what the fuck we are, but we know we want a better motherfucking world.
I saw environmentalists right next to steel workers. I saw radical lesbian feminists right next to airline pilots. All together saying, we do not want the needs of the corporation held above the needs of the people.
All of these different people can come together and be successful. That means we're powerful. That means we're on to something.
Political art is community-based art. And community-based art nurtures and supports a healthy civic and social dialogue.
Artists are at the forefront of making some major change and getting issues into the national debate.
Art made for the expression of social protest, political protest, cultural identities, give voice to issues and concerns of people not frequently heard in the mainstream or the dominant culture.
Police arresting artists for creating art. Police destroying puppets as dangerous weapons. Depriving communities of their expression of their very real concerns through the process of art. This must stop, and it must stop now. We have become the front line of defense for the constitutional guarantee of freedom of expression.
We've been forced to become guerrilla artists, so we're forming ourselves into small groups of artists and performers and regular people who are doing street theater. We're taking groups of the puppets and images all over the city to our houses, and then we're going to converge at the different demonstrations. Puppets, images, flags, banners, birds like this coming from every direction. We have caches of art supplies stashed all over the city because we realized we could get shut down at any moment. And we're decentralizing our puppets so they can't stop us. We're going to have to impose martial art law if they want to stop our images. And if they do that, we'll make more. And if they arrest us, we'll make them in jail.
Art is not a crime. Free speech is not a crime.
Viva la puppetistas!